And like this is the first time you really see Daemon
He was happy.
having
He looked
having a good.
happy.
They were
He,
singing songs.
I,
He was high fiving the folk and everything.
I've never seen that nigga look
That
happy.
nigga's never looked happy before, yo, for real. Even when he finally married Rhaenyra, it was kind of like a hey,
He wasn't happy. He was like, all right,
yeah,
show, we got to just get this out the way because they hating on us, even though it
yeah.
was again just more incestuous things. Hey, what's up? It's Rashad, Antonio. We are the Western Bros. House of the Dragon, season 3, episode 2, Queen's Landing. All spoilers. You already know what it is. And before we get started, please subscribe to all the things YouTube, especially TikTok, IG, Facebook if you're nasty, threads for a conversation. We appreciate y'all. We see y'all on the podcast side. Definitely leave comments and stuff. Rashad does respond. I am Rashad, talking in third person. I'm sorry. Very pretentious of me. But yo, Tony, what is your one word to describe this episode?
Right. Period.
You said period?
No, period.
Uh, what? What did
Okay.
you say?
The word is Pyrrhic. Okay.
Period. Pyric.
Yeah, Pyrrhic.
Hey,
Pyrrhic.
okay.
Okay. You thought I said period? My
I
bad.
thought you
No.
said period, bro. Like, okay, this
Period.
nigga
No.
said period.
No.
Ow,
Wow. That could.
period.
Ah, yeah,
What you
city
think about the
boys up,
episode,
city
Tony?
girls. No, Pyrrhic is
All
the
right.
word. And for those of y'all that are like, the hell is Pyrrhic? What does that mean? The definition of Pyrrhic, I had to look it up because I knew what it was, but I forgot it. Just want to make sure proper definition. A victory or goal achieved at such catastrophic cost.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. And mine's is prioritization
Hmm. Okay.
because niggas really had to get their priorities in order or was trying their best to,
Yes, they
or
were.
not on the priorities at all in this episode. So like
Hmm.
I like your word because like that kind of falls into line to who we talking about first. And that is essentially Corlys and his offspring.
All right. Yeah. Let's what I'm saying we black, they black. Let's talk about the blacks first or whatever.
Yes.
Let's meet the blacks.
Yeah. Let's get that out of the way, man. Because of course we already knew Corlys was gonna survive. So we find
Uh-huh.
at the beginning of the episode, we see that they are actively searching for him. First is Alan. Alan's on a rowboat with his shipmates because they got crushed out there on the sea. It's just like wreckage. It's fog. It's
Yeah.
smoke. It's like a
And
hellscape on water.
you've
And
seen Bela as well. Like, so one thing we didn't talk about from last week
okay,
that came brought my to attention. I said, "Oh, that is so horrible to think about it." The final shot of last week
yeah.
was Jace floating and the camera going down. Do you mofos know that was supposed to be Vermac's last shot of his rider as he was
Basically.
going down, and he can't even help him, and he's dying himself.
Oh
But we
yeah,
kind
and
of
that's where we start this episode too. We
yeah, we
start
open it right
they
back
yo these niggas don't care. They start back with Jace in the water floating.
with
I
floating,
was like,
yeah.
bro, we know you dead, bro. You ain't had to go back to this, yo. There was no need. There
But
was no
you
need for
but
this.
you see like what you do see on this is Bayla getting her lick in because from under the water you see dragon fire coming across
Yo,
or whatever.
and that
She's
was
like, it was beautiful.
such a good
Good
shot.
shot.
I
Yeah.
said, yo, it's like, yeah, such a good
Yeah.
shot. Seeing
She's getting her
his
lick back.
flames and her
Yeah.
just lighting them boys up after
Yeah.
they just hit him with the most easiest kill ever. You know what I'm saying? That
Right.
was like like a layup of a
Yeah,
of a kill.
there was
So
there there was a Magic Johnson to Kareem lob jack for real, or else what game 7, what I'm saying, Lakers Trailblazers is 2000 Western Conference, which Kobe floated it up the Shaq, and that's what that was. And,
no,
you,
that's yeah.
and like you said, we see that, but let's like I said, we sticking with the Velaryons or whatever, the what I'm saying, the salt and sea folk. And you see, like you said, Alan, who's just on this boat, recovery boat, just yelling, Lord Will, Lord Corliss, Lord Corliss. And can you just imagine, Rashad? You know what I'm saying? You're doing this in the hopes of finding this man amongst all of this carnage and wreckage. And he's just like, ah! And he's trying his damnedest to find, what I'm saying, his father for all
Yeah,
intents
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
purposes.
He was looking for his dad, and
Yeah.
and then he get to a point where he's on the shore, and
Mm-hmm.
we see a dragon pull up, and
Uh-huh.
it's it's
Bella.
Bela,
Uh-huh.
and Bela's like, look, y'all, we have like a quick aside about who this nigga really is as a person.
And this
And
is like the first interaction
first,
that we have
yeah,
seen,
yeah,
real interaction we've
yeah,
seen between these two people. And and Bela, and so we all know the sassiness that Bela is, and she's not here for the stuff, and she was just like, look here, you know, it is what it is, blah blah blah. And then he was on his whole, did you grow up with him? She was like, when he won't on the high seas, yeah, from what I remember of him, he was stern. Now he was a mean asshole man. He was a mean old man, but you know he was loving. Is that? And then she was like, yeah, had that. He loved man, he loved my grandmother, yo. He loved her,
yeah. That was a sore spot.
and I think his love from her kind of made it easy to forget you. And I know Alan is at this point like, if y'all motherfuckers
Why you
bring up
keep throwing this in my
throwing this
face?
up in my face. But the blow was lightened when she said, yeah, I talked to your brother. So she's talked to Adam, and he's like, oh, okay, I get it, or whatever. And that's what Adam feels as well. And he was like, what do you know? He was like, yo, I don't know that side of him. I know, what I'm saying, the Lord of Driftmark. I know what I'm saying, the captain and everything. And, trying to make amends and this and that. And he was like, I knew what he was. And she says, no, 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 no. We ain't doing that. It ain't no what he was. He out here somewhere, and we about to snatch him.
He said,
And the
look,
next thing
yo,
you know,
that's one tough SOB. There was
yeah,
once a
right,
time where his whole fleet was dead, and that nigga was still
uh,
alive. So he out here. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we
Remember last season, the dude daggone like, what I'm saying, like the end of season 1, it was like, yo, my man got stabbed like in the neck cut. And it was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, most people die from that,
Yeah, he spent a
but
lot of
he's
time
still
by the
holding
fire
on.
with
Yeah,
Rhaenys. But but yeah,
yeah.
but he definitely he was walking on that cane by the end of the season. So
Yeah.
so then we see
Then Adam. Mm-hmm.
Adam pull up, you know what I'm saying, flying over, and he
Cecil.
spots him. Him and Sea
Uh-huh.
Smoke, he spots him. They pull him out of the water, and then I think we have like this image right here, them on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
It really, I don't know why, man. It warmed my heart to see all of them together like that. It really
Yeah.
did. Even though
Yeah.
I know it ain't gonna last. But I said,
It ain't gonna
man,
last. It's not gonna
it
be
was such
pretty.
a dope shot. It took me back to season 1 when House Valerian was introduced at the wedding. It took me back to that.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
seeing all of them, just pulling up to the
Yeah,
function hella deep.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Before Daemon got his head chopped off by Daemon, and then the
yeah.
whole now like that's how it made me feel inside. I said, oh man, yo, like it's such a dope moment.
So, so I made a post and I put it on Threads of that shot, and it got a little traction on it. It was another post I made that got just getting a lot of traction. I'll
Yeah, I
get to
saw
that.
that. I saw that
We'll
one
get to
too.
that in
I,
a
I
minute.
laughed at that because
So,
that
but I
shit was
put that
funny.
up there, and this got some traction. And I said, and I said, I just want to make sure I quoted
You
what I
caught
said,
yourself right.
quote myself right or whatnot. Man said, where we at? When the black folk are questioning why they fighting in these white people wars, because Corliss said a line that was a straight bar.
Yeah, and that's
He
a
said
line from the that's a straight quote from the source material
from the
too.
books, yeah,
Yeah,
from the books. He said, "If this is victory, may I never experience it again." Because
yeah,
he's just sitting there and he's surveying the scene. All the dead bodies on the beach, all the sunken ships and dead bodies floating in the gullet, and then off in the distance, you see Driftmark just smoldering, and
burning.
he's burning, and he's just like, "Oh my god!" And then he finally do what he should have done all along, even what his wife told him he needed,
Absolutely.
he should have done. He looks at Alan and says, "Oh, before that, he was struggling standing up, and Adam put his hand out, and he would looked at him and was like, and I just every time I see Adam and Corliss interact, I just think of the scene. You know what I'm talking about? Which is my lord, my lord, indeed, like my lord, indeed. You done came up, boy, when Adam got the dragon. But I'm just saying, I always go back to that scene, right?
I
Because
forgot about that. That's so
that
funny.
scene was so black. Just because was my lord, my lord, indeed. Like, all right, boy, I
Okay, look
see you,
at you. Got you and found you a dragon. Yeah.
dragon. All right, and so he helps him up, and he looks at Alan and says, "Alan, well, evidently I can't give you nothing because my
I ain't got shit.
I ain't got shit now. Driftmark is still there, but I'm pretty sure my Hall of Nine, which is the hall where all his stuff and treasures and stuff are, but he says, what I can give you, boy, I can give you my name." Alan looked up at him and was like, he was struggling trying to stand up himself, and Baylor helped him up, and he said, "Hey, yo, having your name is worth more than all the gold in the world, bro. I just want to be acknowledged. I would not be surprised if we about to start seeing Alan putting that shaver down and he rocking his white hair and all that stuff. Because now
Bro, like,
Alan Alan right now looks like he is going to be the heir to Driftmark. And because this is the second time Alan has saved his life. He saved his life when he got hit in the neck, and he's the
mhm.
one that pulled him out the water. And now he saved his life here by killing Lohar, and Adam saved his life by snatching him up from off there or whatever, man. So yeah, it was really good and heartwarming to see that happen. Also, did you peep this, Rashad? Did you peep that Alan kind of was trying to test the waters with Baylor?
I hope that's not what they were trying to like intimate. Because I've
I
seen
think
I'm seeing some
uh
people trying to say that because we know how like
we know how the Valerians
incestuous
do. Yeah, because
they
that's
are.
her that would be
Absolutely.
her uncle or whatever. And my man was like, he said, "Yeah, it was a hell of a battle. Yeah. Your betrothed?" He's like, "How your betrothed doing?" She was like, "Yeah, he ain't make it. Known him since we were kids." He was like, "Oh, all right,
Oh,
man.
damn.
Yeah, sorry to hear that,
Sorry to hear
girl.
that.
Sorry to hear that. If you just ever want to talk about it,
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
if there's ever a time when you need like, just a soft
Shoulder.
landing spot,
Uh-huh. You
just
need a
hit me
shoulder
up.
to cry on. You know, Alan Velaryon.
Lay your head on my
My
pillow.
pillow.
Just
Yeah,
relax.
so that basically sums up the blacks of this, but we got one
Oh,
more to talk
we got
about.
one more black to talk about.
That's what I said. I said that sums up the blacks in this episode, but we do have one more to talk about.
That damn Raina.
That damn Rhaenyra, yo. Like, my nigga, come on, yo.
Yo, like the way she went back to the Vale because she said maybe I can curry some favor with the with the Aries.
The Aaron, listen, man, let's stop playing. She won't try to curry no favors.
No, I know, but what I'm saying. I'm saying like
Uh,
she was I'm because we know she's trying to run. Because
yeah.
here's the thing, like, okay, so Tony, let me just make sure I get this correct because I'm not because I
Uh-huh.
didn't go back and watch episode one.
Mm-hmm.
The only person that figured out that was Raina was Jace, right?
Jace, right? Yes, because Bella didn't see
Okay, I just
because in that episode you see where when Sheep Stealer was attacking, she was telling that's my sister. No, Raina was saying that. Jace was the only one that was flying. Was like Raina, girl,
okay, yeah,
what
yeah, okay.
girl? That's you.
I'm just
Yeah,
making sure that
and that's when
that's
he dove by her, and that's when he got grapple hooked and taken.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Taken
yeah,
down.
yeah.
Uh, dude, she 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 came knocking on that lady's door, all disheveled. She looked like hail rinse washed over 3 times, And that lady pulled up and looked, and she saw Sheep still off in the corner. Was like, oh, it saw her and was like,
What are you doing here?
what are you doing here? And she was like, she was like, I have nowhere to go. She says, you supposed to be on a boat on your way to Pentos. What are you doing? I get asylum here. She said, hell no, bitch, you can't. She said, she was like, and then she gonna try to explain herself. She turned into like a little kid. And it was the battle, and I tried to help, and sheep stealer, we he was scared. He was scared. She said, I don't want to hear that shit. Hey, get the hell away from me. I made a thread on this, and it's been picking up traction. The people have just been cracking up on it. I said, Raina, I said, is that kid is the black kid scared to go home because they knew they screwed up, so they went to their cousin. I said cousin in this case because technically that kind of is her cousin because because she's a cousin to Rhaenyra or whatever. I said go to your cousin slash auntie house. Like, oh my god, my mama going crazy. But that cousin slash auntie like I don't want no parts of this. You need to look. I'll let you stay for the night, but you need to go, Dad. I'm pretty like she probably would have got in the house and said, "Girl, your girl here. Just give it a day. Let some stuff blow off. She'll be here for a day, and I'll send her ass back home or whatever." And she says, no, you need to carry your ass. The prince is dead. Yeah, she was like, but and then she turned her back to her and then tried to placate. You said you wanted a dragon. You said you wanted a dragon. You sat there and said the queen played you for a fool. I got a dragon here now. Or whatever. And the crazy part was, Sheep Stealer, thuggish ass, was in the corner like, you keep talking that slick stuff, lady. I will burn. I just burnt the whole damn gullet. I will burn you too. And she stopped and looked. And I also was saying to myself, is Raina somewhat threatening her too? Like, hey, you better let me stay, or I'm gonna burn this deck up. It felt like a slight threat.
Because her response was, he said, "Look, y'all, okay, so I can't tell a dragon where to roam. It's already been
Uh-huh.
in the Vale, so y'all can hang out in the Vale, whatever. But just don't come here no more."
Yeah, right. Right. That's what she was like. She was like, hey, I can't tell a dragon where to roam. You know what I'm saying? Cool. The veil is big. However, I don't
You
want to see your ass no more.
the very much
Goodbye.
prototypical, you ain't gotta go home.
But you
But you
gotta get
gotta
the
get the
hell
hell
out,
out
the
of
hell out
here.
of here. Yeah.
Like
So,
for real, man. Like that whole scene was just hilarious. And also seeing how only Jace was the person that saw her
mm-hmm.
kind of leads us to the next scene where we have everybody going back to Dragonstone and they bring the
We
body and all that stuff.
right. So, Lord have mercy. So we get the dragon stove. Baylor was able to, fish Jace's body out the water. I know that sounds
Why
crazy.
you
What I
say
said.
fish's body
I
out
mean,
of the water?
I mean, she did. Let's
Like
call
he
it.
a dead guppy.
He looked like one laying across the tangle, laying across the daggone thing. So,
Oh,
so
he fished him out the water.
she
It's
fished
so
him out the.
disrespectful.
Hey, what Rashad? I told you I call things the way I see it.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
she
yeah.
fished him out the water, and they go to the Dragon Mount, Dragonstone land, and you see the uh the dragon tamers and stuff like they just dragging his body off and everything. And Baylor's just walking, and she got that look like, God, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. And then you have the Queen's Guard, who kept her locked in the room, come out and was like, "Oh, did we win?" And she's like, "Yeah, we won." She
Yeah,
said,
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
"But we
'Twas victory.
was a victory. We won at a cost." And the next thing you know, everybody's up there in like I guess his area of the room, and Rhaenyra comes out, and she's like looking around, and they kind of step to the side, and she sees Jace just laying there, and that is when complete shock just came
Yeah.
over her, and she just says, "What happened, Jace? Jace, get up!
What did you do?
What did you do, Jace?" And she's talking to her, and you see Bella like, "Oh God Almighty!" And
Oh, bro, like this
everyone's like,
nigga
"Yo,
did.
this is," and she,
Oh
and,
no.
and then she walks over. You see her drop to her knees, and then I made a TikTok off of
Yeah,
this.
yeah, he was on a roll
I
last
was on the
night.
road last night. I couldn't go back to sleep. And I basically put that picture with good old Esther Road for good
Lord have this
damn,
boy.
damn, damn. And that's exactly how she was looking. And she's having a moment. And my thing is when people like that are having a moment,
You got, yeah,
as long
yeah.
as they aren't endangering themselves,
You gotta let him have it.
let them have it. Especially considering the circumstances. That, that
Nigga, the Queen's Guard's like, you gotta get up, my lady. She's like, yo, get the fuck off of me.
you don't touch me. Who you is?
You of all people, touch me right now.
Right. Yeah,
And he
right.
was like, well, I should just kill myself. She's like, bro, like,
What is that
you
gonna do?
dying ain't gonna bring Jace back. So just shut up and live
Mm-hmm.
in this, you know? So it's like
Mm-hmm.
it was crazy. Then and then Masario, she pop in there out of nowhere,
And
like,
she like, oh,
oh, damn, this is not a good look. And then
yeah.
she yells at both Bayla and
Basically,
the
all of them there,
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
people that's left from the council and stuff. And she was
Yeah, he
like,
said this is all y'all fault. I'm like,
yeah,
dog, this is really Jason's fault, but we're not gonna get into that today.
okay.
So
Philosophical
so
differences. But
yeah, just perspective wise,
yeah.
I know you we gonna let you have your moment, man. You know what I'm saying? This is your eldest son. So
Yeah, uh-huh.
somebody mentioned that last night too. Was like, like it's something about those eldest children. I was like, yep, you know what, sis, you're right. You're absolutely right. So
Shout out this.
yeah, amen to this. So we didn't, nigga, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've been waiting for this for about a like a going strong season in the episode.
And what's that?
Somebody to get fully activated,
Yes.
and that is our homeboy one, Daemon Targaryen.
As we all know, Rashad, on this show, if you're not familiar, my favorite, possibly my favorite character in the whole lore
He is
of
up there for
game.
me, boy. Like yo, like her and
Listen,
like him and like early seasons, like matter of fact, up to episode season 6 Arya is
mhm.
top tier for me. Anyway, so
First of
so
all, that party was lit, yo.
that's about to say, like, yo, like
That party.
they was having a good old time. They made a ballad. They was dancing and jigging and drinking wine and just having a
Yo,
good old time.
Rashad, they had that dumbass lion
And
head
the
on a
Lannister
spike
head.
and Jason Lannister's head on a spike. They were sitting there and like this is the first time you really see Daemon
He was happy.
having
He looked
having a good.
happy.
They were
He,
singing songs.
I,
He was high fiving the folk and everything.
I've never seen that nigga look
That
happy.
nigga's never looked happy before, yo, for real. Even when he finally married Rhaenyra, it was kind of like a
He
hey,
wasn't happy. He was like, all right,
yeah,
sure, we got to just get this out the way because they hating on us, even though it
yeah,
was again just more incestuous things. But
yeah,
it wasn't happiness because by the end of
yeah,
the season, he choked her. So,
yeah. So yeah, I mean, they were having a good old time, dancing, singing, making up songs about the little young Tully was giving bars and everything.
yeah,
They were
man,
having,
it was one of the most upbeat
yeah,
times in Game of
it was
Thrones history.
right. They were having a good, you know what I'm saying? They were having a good, I mean, the last time we saw something this upbeat was the beginning of the Red Wedding before it actually turned to
Oh
red.
God.
Remember when they was partying and stuff and
Yeah.
everything seemed cool? They was
They
having a,
even had some random lady there with like black eyeliner over both of her eyes. She was dancing and having fun too.
she is going to be very important later on.
Yeah, she
Just
looked
want to say
important
that.
because
She will be a,
she was too distinct and they had the
uh-huh.
camera on her too long for her not to be
Right.
somebody.
Right.
So
She'll
yeah,
be
so
important later on.
cool,
Yeah.
cool,
So,
cool. So then we see Sir Strong pull up because we right beside Harrenhal. He's like, oh
uh-huh.
my God, hey, he hit him with the Kings of Comedy joke about like Jesus with the water and the wine. You know what
Oh
I'm saying?
yeah, he
Keep the
did.
party going.
He said, "This is some of the best wine we got from here. Drink up." And they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh!" And
He
then
said,
they
"Hey,
was
hey,
like,
but Damon,
"Why?"
got a little message for you, Damon.
Yeah.
He unfurled that little small ass roll. Was
Hey,
like,
that bro was
I
that
wish
bro
I
was
had a
like
small. I wish I had a small strip of paper on my desk. He was
that
like,
bro was like that thick
he said,
and that
nigga,
long.
Jace died. It's a mess. I need you to get back home ASAP. So he reads that and they looking like, yo, what happened? Like, hey man,
The
bruh,
Crown Prince, man, he was like,
Prince died. So I've been becking back to
okay,
Dragonstone. And then for some reason he goes back to the God's Eye because that's what Caraxes is. Caraxes,
yeah.
yo, the shot of
Even
Caraxes drinking water,
that looked good. That was some good CGI on that. Whatever they did on him, it's got so
bro.
much. That was a great close up
I
of
was like,
yeah,
yo, it
yeah.
looks so good. Cause like I don't think we ever seen Caraxes in daytime that close up.
Right, like extreme, like we've seen it close, but not that close. But
It was,
even before that happened, over Rashad, remember he tells them what their next thing
oh
was
yeah,
going to
yeah,
be.
yeah, 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 yeah. He
He
gave me the
says,
marching
"Look
orders.
here, I'm gonna go to Dragonstone, reconvene with the Queen. Y'all, we head into the King's Landing." He says, "We march to King's Landing from this point forward," and they were like, "Yeah." And my dude from the north, the graybeard Roddy Ruin was like, "Yeah," that old man ready to die. He ready to kill and die,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Kill
he
some people
is
and die.
definitely on his notorious BIG.
Yeah,
So
they go to the
goes to the
god.
God's
They go
Eye.
back to with Harrenhal and yeah,
And the daggone what's the
Alice,
Alice
Alice Rivers, the
Alice
bastard.
Rivers is on her BS because Alice is like, look, hey, I see you gotta go. He's like, yeah. Our journey ends here.
Mm-hmm,
Another journey begins for me.
mm-hmm.
Also for my troubles, because I've been here for so long. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I've been here so long.
I'm
They
the reason. this army came together.
Also, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because you listened to me. I gave you the little,
Hmm.
little visions of the
Also,
future.
I'm the one that finished off old man Tully when I went to go be a maester for him for
Yeah,
a little bit. And
yeah, I
yeah.
poisoned him. Like
Hmm.
I was helping you out,
Uh-huh.
my brother in Christ. So
Hmm.
what I need you to do for me is to give me Harrenhal. That's the least you can do.
They said.
Damon said, "The fuck?
What?
What you Harrenhal?" I said, "Nigga, you ain't you not nobody."
He said, you ain't noble boy. You ain't married to no lord. Like, girl,
I said,
you
"You
lost
ain't
your."
like what you like you like." He's like, "Fam, I appreciate all the help. I get it, but if I knew that you had this crazy ulterior motive, I wouldn't even listen to you. Because like, why would you do all this for that? You think, how am I gonna give you Harrenhal?"
He basically looked at her and said, "Bitch, please, you lost your, bitch, please, you lost your mind,
You
bitch, please." What? Harrenhal, bitch, please, you lost your
out of
damn mind.
all things she could have asked for, she asked for a Harrenhal. Even though on the real,
Uh-huh.
she is the Lord of Harrenhal. Her and the crazy green men running around that hole anyway. I'm like, what you don't
Yeah,
need like you
they the
already
ones giving.
running it.
Yeah, you the ones giving people weird dreams and
You
it's
already
like,
running it. That's the
yeah,
reason why it's so trash right now. It's like smells like mold, mildew, and oh my God, I hate to see that in the summertime. It's just probably mosquitoes
yeah,
everywhere. Anyway,
uh-huh.
and then Dame was like, get out of it. And she's like, hey, nigga, don't come back here no
Yeah,
more.
right.
Portents of the future.
You should. He said. He said.
She should have just said, beware the eyes of
I just
Marsh.
spied. Yeah. She was like, she was like, oh, you're not gonna give it to me? All right.
Hey, hey,
It's like,
don't bring your ass back in no
uh,
more.
clap, clap, both of y'all. That's what she basically said. Yeah, she basically told that dude that both of y'all. Shout out Kevin Hart, 40-year-old virgin. And
Yeah.
she was pissed, and he was like, all right, cool,
All
bet.
right, come on, Craxus.
Praxis, let's get away from this crazy ass woman or whatever. So then we start to see Daemon turning back into the Daemon that we all know and love. We get back to Dragonstone, and you see the dragon sees Ulf and Hugh. Hugh is having him a little meal. Ulf is just sitting there pacing back and forth, looking at stuff or whatever. They walk in, and of course, Hugh is a little bit more common sense. Sees
Yeah.
David up, hops up, Hugh Grace off. Hey, it's the Rogue Prince. What's up, my guy? Okay. He went in for a hug, Rashad. He went in for a hug.
What did I call Ulf from first season?
What did you call? I forgot what you called it. I forgot what you called him.
It was off the ass.
Ass. Yeah, he was. Yo, man. First of all, you call him a nickname that everyone calls him that he probably don't fucking like. The Rogue Prince.
The Rogue Prince. I was
The
like, hold on,
Rogue
yo.
Prince. And on top
Way
of
too
that,
familiar.
way too familiar. And then on top of that, he went in for a hug. Like, bro,
Like we
you
friends.
still like you still a lowborn. Like you are a bastard. Low like
Oh.
and it's bad. I don't listen.
Bring it in,
Bring it
cuzzo.
in. Bring it in. Bring it in, cuz oh, and he looked at him and he was like, the fu-. David was like, the fuck it. And then he just looked and said, what the hell are y'all doing right here?
What? Like what? Yeah,
What
Tony, why is y'all here? Like,
yeah.
in that part right there for me,
Yeah.
Hugh was like, I already know what to do. Hey, man, like
Mm-hmm.
we messed up. We apologize. We was
Yeah.
there, and he never came.
Right. We went to Harrenhal and
You know
she
what I'm
told us to
saying?
wait. We waited.
Nobody came, so we
Aim.
left. We
Yeah.
came back
So,
home, and then
uh,
all was talking about like nigga, like it's weird out there, bro. Like
yeah. Yeah. Man, there's all types of sounds, and I was seeing, yo, it was
he said it was
weird
a
out there.
lady out there.
It
So he
was a
said,
lady
she
out there, and
said, man,
David
you
kind
should
of
have.
was like,
Shut your ass
And
up.
so he backhanded the shit out of his ass. It
He,
was
he
like,
said, he said, look, we're gonna go take King's Landing.
mm-hmm.
What I need y'all to do is what I'm telling y'all to do. He told him, boy, I don't need you to think. I just need you to
You to
do.
do. Mm-hmm.
And he was like,
He put that finger in the middle of his forehead. And this is too where it's like you like Damon, but you also like, God damn, Damon, man,
but
come
you
on.
are, but like you
But be,
already knew what it was
but
gonna be.
because who off is, yeah. You see, he ain't do that to Hugh. He did.
No,
He
because
would have won.
because Hugh was like, look, yo, I gotta act right. And also Hugh also knows that I also have like a family. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
his wife. No, the daughter died. He just got the
well,
wife
I'm
that's
sorry.
good.
Well, I had a family. I also,
Yeah, the wife, man.
RP to Hugh's daughter. So like,
Uh,
damn, I forgot she died. Yeah.
yeah,
She had that iron lung.
yeah.
So so
Yeah, I like I gotta tell you where it's coming from.
I got the iron lung
Look,
pops.
pops. Yeah,
so
man.
yeah. So Ulf just don't hasn't learned that I have to essentially I got a code switch, and Ulf is not doing that
But man,
for nothing.
he hasn't learned the whole like, hey man, he hasn't learned
He,
discernment. That's the whole
he
thing.
hasn't learned how to play the game.
And he don't know how to act either. Even going back to last season when he finally became a dragon seed and Jace first met him and he says, "Hey, look at you." And he ruffled his hair. That was so your hair's almost as dark as mine now, buddy. You're a king. And he was like, the fuck did this thing just ruffle my
Who
damn
like who
my
whose man's is this? Like
right. And now they were remember they were eating, and he was like, "Another quail." He was just sitting there yelling and stuff. And you see Adam, and he
another one.
was like,
Hey, another one of these little birds, yo.
"Yeah, so here. Yeah, that's what he said. Another one of these little birds right here." And you see Hugh and Adam like, "Oh my
Oh, I
goodness, this
can't
is
take
all
this
killing."
bastard nowhere, yo.
Can't take him nowhere or whatever. And you know, you see how that happens, and then we see Daemon finally go to Rhaenyra, and Rhaenyra is grieving. She's being a mother that lost her second child. On top of not just
Yeah.
her second child, her oldest child, or what
Yeah.
say her oldest child, or whatever. And so she's in the bed grieving, and Damon's like, "I'm good,
Um.
good." I mean, I don't know what to say here. He was just no. Even before that, Daemon heads to the chamber and he runs into Mysaria, and he's
Yeah.
like, when I left here, you was in chains and you was a prisoner. What the hell is this right here?" And I love their interactions because Mysaria really don't give a damn about Damon. Damon does not affect her. She don't care. She's like,
Not a bit.
I used to be with you. I know what makes you tick. I know how you are, bro. Like, no, she was like, look here, yo, it ain't this. And he's like, oh, so you done weaseled your way into getting close to the queen so you can get back at me. She said, nigga, ain't about to come to see you, Otis. That's what she told them. Ain't about to come to see
Exactly.
you, Otis. This ain't about you.
Exactly. And it was funny because like after like Damon kind of calms down, it's like, man, they just sat down
Yeah, he did. They
and
just sat down and they just had like a conversation. And it's that typical movie scene where two people who have been at odds, but they're coming together for something. They're just sitting there side by side and they're not even looking, they're looking off into the
oh
distance
my
and just
God.
like a deep sigh. He's like, so how's she doing, yo?
Yeah.
Man, she lost her son, man. I mean, it's rough, and and then Damon's like, all right, let's go. And before he about to go in there, one of the maester comes and says, "Hey, your grace, there's been a Vagar sighting." And it's like when Vagar is the Debo of this angle, you're like, who? Vagar. And like you see them perk up, huh? Vagar sighted. Yeah, heading towards Harrenhal. And it was like, she says, I would tell the queen, but I got it. I got it. So he goes in there and he like, yo, you good? What's up? And she's like, I don't listen, yo. I can't go on and stuff. And she's hurt, and I get it because someone tried to tell me this. Tried to tell me this today. Someone tried to tell me that Rhaenyra irritates me so much. She's a weak. She's weak, and she don't. She's a weak queen. She don't deserve a queen. She says. The person says Cersei would have been like, "Oh, he dead. All right, just go ahead and burn him and let's get this going." I said, stop playing, because we're not going to act like Cersei ain't have a complete breakdown when Joffrey choked to death in front of her, and then also had a breakdown
When what you call
when the
him?
daughter, no, when the daughter came, the daughter died, that was in Dorne,
Oh
Marcella,
yeah, yeah,
when she
yeah,
died. I said, by the time she got to Tommen, and she already knew she ain't had no control over Tom, and she was like, "Man, just throw his ass into the fire, so what, or whatever." I said, "Don't act like Cersei was this complete ultimate badass." I said, "That's a horrible comparison."
yeah. It took her
For
a couple of seasons to get like totally empty
yeah,
inside.
yeah, to
She
get
still had
empty
a she
inside.
still had a place for her brother though. So
Yeah, but
anyway,
I love too how Daemon, they started having a conversation to have Velaryon, and he started to reassure her. He says, "Look here, girl. I've had the vision. I know about the song of fire and ice." I said, "Uh-oh." He said, "I've seen the girl in the desert with three dragons off her teeth." I said, the dude did have the vision of Daenerys. He said of Daenerys. He was like, "I don't know if this is true or not, but your father, my brother, said it was true, and so that we gotta win this." Basically, he basically told her, "Hey, girl, we got to win this, and we gotta go do this now." So basically, he was like, he hit her with Rocky, Rocky Five, Mickey, get up, you son of a bitch. Cause
basically,
Mickey loves you. He basically hit Rhaenyra with that, yo, and that kind of like started to get her out of it, and she was like, he was like, "Yo, I know this is bad, but we got some other pressing news. Vhagar gone now from the castle. He's heading to Harrenhal. If you really think old girl was true about what she said, I don't know." Because him and Masari had the same conversation. Masari was like, they were friends, man. They grew up together, so it's going to always
so,
be some
I
type of.
mean,
It's
yes, I
hard,
mean, it's
And he was
yeah.
like, if this is the time now to make our move, if this is what we're going to do. And what we see next is she get her shit together. She gathers herself. Her and Daemon are like, "Hey, we going. We going to Dragonstone." And because Daemon also too forgot had asked, "Where's y'all other compadre at?" Talking about Adam, and he, like I said, Hugh being the one, like, "Hey, yo, so Adam, he accompanied Lady Bella," and he was like, and Daemon was like, "Oh, he opened out my daughter. Okay, bet, cool, y'all, let's mount up." And that was the whole thing. And you see, like, the last two people on her council are like, "I don't think this is a good idea, man, your lady." This, and she was like, "Look here, Aemond is gone. This is the best time, if ever, to do this. We're going right now." Let's stick a pin in that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to our boy right now, the king of crispy. Hey, hey, God.
Hey man, like to me, like they're like the series of misfortunate events because they're on their way to where are they going?
They supposed to be on their way to Dragonstone,
Yeah, on the way to
because to
supposed
the
on the way
coast, like the
to the
coast
coast so they can
towards
get
the.
to Dragonstone, and they
They
get
back in that cart. That man is not. He said, and Laris is such an asshole. He says, He says, "You haven't asked for any milk of the poppy." He says, "Anything, Your Grace, you must be feeling better." "No, I just don't want to talk to you." You, he said, "You served me up to fucking Rhaenyra and her C-word crew. I mean, what are we doing here?" He was like, "Man, you was being irrational. You was being defiant. They were going to kill you." He said, "So you're welcome for me saving your life by doing, you know what I'm saying, for bargaining this." And next thing you know, they little caravan gets ambushed by the remnant of the triarchy.
Which is hilarious
Which is,
because like where did y'all even come from?
yeah.
Y'all went inland pretty far. And it's like triarchy and like it's
Mm,
still like Team Black forces, they're going back and
yeah.
forth
Yeah.
and nobody even really notices like Laris and Aegon.
Aegon,
And
yeah.
Aegon goes back in, grabs a knife, and straight up just kills somebody.
He started poking. That
Really
was
for
a,
no reason. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like just I
right.
get he's almost like he had to get back his what I'm saying? Yeah,
Get his leg.
gotta get his legs back underneath himself. Like and
So
Larry's
what's even more crazy was Laris was like, "What's going on?" And the guy opened up the thing and he started talking to Valerian. He was like, "Oh," and the guy and the one of the Rhaenyra guys came and killed him. And he says, "Oh," he says, "I guess Talon's prissy self was able to go get the Triarchy to attack the guy." He said, "Oh, guess he did it." And then he looked and said, "Guess it didn't go too well." He's like, "I guess it didn't go too well either." And then Aegon literally like the guy that just saved him. He comes up and just jumps on his back, just start poking him, just whatever. And it's like his balls grew back. They didn't explode like a sausage, as he
oh
said,
my gosh,
because
man.
hey, it's like his balls grew back, his balls and his cock grew back or whatever. Because what happened? Laris is like, all right, this is our time to go. We can just head on up and we can get to what is it, Duskendale or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And he said, and then he said, we ain't going no Duskendale limping away.
We going to Rook's Rest.
He was like, he says, Your Grace, the thing he says, listen, there is Cole left a garrison there. I know they loyal to me. And we also know why else he's going to Rook Rest. That's with Sunfire.
Because the prettiest dragon of them all is there.
Sunfire there still healing up. He was like, we going to Rook's Rest. And he was like, and then Lars had to look like, it makes sense. All right.
Not,
Well, I'm
see,
with you.
you're welcome for me getting you off the milk of the
Right.
property. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
Now
so
you
they
have a
had,
clear thought in mind.
yeah.
We can make some moves. You know what I'm
And
saying?
so they start dragging their asses through the forest to get to Rook's Rest, and that's all we see of our old boy Crispy Aegon or whatever, and old left foot Lucius.
Yeah, real quickly, we see Aemond actually makes it to Harrenhal. And we see him actually fly over Rook's Rest on the way.
Yeah, right.
It's like,
And Crisco, they said, oh, and then he just says to Harrenhal. That's what they do. Hey, that's our cue. Let's go to
time to
Harrenhal.
go. So it was which is real interesting because like where are the people going to converge? Like you know what I'm saying? Like where are the people actually going to be? Because like where the troops are for for Team Black,
Uh-huh.
where they are, and
Mm-hmm.
like and also the Lannister troops are still out there.
Well, no, not
Uh,
the Lannisters, the High
I
Tower.
mean, I'm sorry.
The Land
I mean,
the
they,
Lannisters got wiped out, Jack.
the
It might be a
the
little
I'm sorry, the other
uh,
fancy white folks
the
are
other
out there.
fancy, yeah.
Yeah, the
So
high
so
top. So
so so there's going to be a convergence where you're going to have Christian Cole and you know what I'm saying the troop from King's Landing, the High Tower hosts, along with their dragon Tessarion and the other son
yeah,
Daemon that we haven't seen, and then there's also the remnants of the rivermen or whatever. Somewhere along the line, it's going to be one big.
yeah. We
They're
gonna
they're
have
going
a
to they're going to be it's going to be a convergence to say
yeah.
the least. But
Absolutely.
Amy gets to Harrenhal. It just starts toasting because Daemon did tell the guy the Dragon Seas like, yeah, y'all ain't have to stay there that long. I had left a garrison there or whatever, and you see that garrison starts to get wiped out by that weapon of mass destruction known as Grandma Vagar. And Vagar lands on top, and I'm like, Harrenhal as a building is probably like, not again, because
So
this is the second time.
I'm so tired.
So I the building is like, Lord, first Velaryon did it, now one of his wives that came along here, dragon
So
wives that
tired.
came along here and did it, and then Aemond is just coming through, and this scene almost, besides the dragon fire, looks very scene for scene for when Daemon first arrived at Harrenhal,
Yeah.
and then he busts up into the dining hall, and it's like Lord Strong is like, here we go again.
Another one of these damn
No, he said that
Targaryens.
damn Targaryens. And he was like, yeah, how you doing? He said, how you doing? Uh-huh. Yeah. He was like, where's Daemon? Yeah, he ain't here. And to me, this pretty much shows me that Aemon, I knew it beforehand, but this really much proves to me. Aemon really idolizes Daemon. I'm waiting for the moment that Aemon finally says it or something. Maybe whenever they have their big bowl, like what Clegane bowl. They have their version of the Clegane bowl from
Yeah.
with the mountain, and they have their version there because that battle is coming, and it's like I'm waiting for Aemon to say to be because we've seen this all the way back in season one, like he locked off Damon's head, and you saw everybody else's dreams is like, oh snap, but that I've been hearing about. You real. And then too when they had their little the boys had their little fist fight at that last dinner, and Damon came along and looked at Aemon and was like, little boy.
Like, come on,
You know what I'm saying? He had
come
that
on,
look.
come on,
Come
nephew.
on. But Aemon has always felt inadequate. He's the second, and both of them are second sons, which is even more crazy. The only thing
Very
is
true.
Daemon isn't as impulsive as Aemon. And one thing that Helena had said last episode, the first episode about Aemon, she was like, "Yeah, Aemon ain't really been scared since hasn't been scared since before he got Vagar. Once he got Vagar, he he was like, can't nobody stop me, beat me. But when he went to Dragonstone and saw all them dragons ready to face him, she said he's shown that he's scared or whatever.
Yeah.
The thing with Daemon would have saw those dragons and been like, I don't care, and probably would have still attacked these folks. So it's either they and they resemble each other, but it's an ideological philosophy, a philosophical difference between those two. And what does Aemon do? Lord Strong is like he said pick up a sword. He's like, yes,
Bro,
the castle is
I ain't
yours,
picked up no
no
sword
problem.
in
A
years,
sword,
bro.
and then he guts him. He guts him. He just and the other dude is like, father, and then he cuts him, kills him, and the other guy goes and pokes the hell out of. Yo, that was a long blade that he jabbed him with, Rashad.
Right
He
in the
got him like
back.
right in the kidney area, whatever. And he killed him, and it's like he ain't feel it. He took 3 steps and was like, oh, because he turned around and saw Alice Rivers, and she was just looking like, and he was like, yeah, oh, you know what it remind me of, Rashad? Boxing match when a boxer get hit in that liver,
Yeah,
when they get hit in
yeah.
that liver shot, and like there you go, boom, you see them get hit, and it's like they take 2 or 3 steps, and then it finally kicks in. They're like, oh, and that's exactly what happened to Amy. Amy collapsed. And he helped me, and she said, looking at him like, don't get me hair and all. And the last thing we see of Aemon is basically on the ground, basically borderline bleeding out in front of Alice, you know what I'm saying, Rivers, aka the witch, the witch of Harrenhal. And while all of this is going on, let's get to King's Landing.
Amen.
Allison is starting to put things into motion because she saw where Vagar was leaving. And she was like, yep, I did talk him into it after my son tried to kiss me, get his ass out of here, cool, heading towards Harrenhal. She like starts to put things in motion. She goes to the City Watch, the Gold Cloaks, like they little where they convene at. They in there naked and sitting there looking, and she looking for the captain. And he like, yo, what's good? She was like, look here. So this is what's going on. By order of the Queen, we are going to open the gates for Rhaenyra because this has got to stop. And don't want no harm to her, whatever, cool. And he's like, all right, bet, because he knows that cool, whatever, like that. So then she then tells her guy that's her sworn sword, the dude that she was out in the forest with last run, take me away, on her little camping trip. Take me away to a place, out there. It says, hey, so I need to find the captain of the guard of the house.
Yeah.
Bring him here. This and that. And he's like, hey, whatever. Hey, like my queen, we can't be doing this. And she's like, hey, you heard what I said. Also, too, I'm about to call a council meeting. Clear it so we can barricade these folk in here and have a nice little conversation of what's going on or whatever. Then she goes and she goes to her room. She's packing stuff, getting stuff together. And Lord, what was his name? What was his name? I can't think of that. Lord, I know he was the it's Lord of Laws on the council, Rashad. He busts up in there and he proceeds to act like a pure T bitch, Rashad. Because you know what he was, Rashad? He was this dude. And we've seen dudes like this growing up. He goes to her and was like, "Ma, haven't you been busy out here?" Because he's been watching her. He been. It always feels like so. He's been watching her stuff like, yeah, this and that, blah 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 blah. You've been
Lord
busy. I see what
Jasper.
you out here doing. Jasper, yeah, Lord Jasper. And she was like, yeah, because she looked at him and was like, "The hell are you doing in my damn quarters?" And he like, yeah. And then he closed the door all creepily. Yeah, I've been seeing you sneaking around. You know, life is short. Getting pleasure from other people, especially from Christian code.
Sir Christian
And
man.
I was like, what's going on here? Sir Christian been getting some. I want some now. He tried and was going to use it off of the pretenses of, oh, she's a traitor, so I can do this. What? Rashad, please help me know what sense does this make?
None whatsoever. And the fact that he was so like cavalier about it, I'm like,
Yeah,
like you just really like made this leap to get to this point and say, hey, you know what's gonna be cool? Abuse. And then
yeah,
like he's about 90% there.
yeah.
Orwell
Uh-huh.
saves the day
Renace the
again.
Orma. He walks in and was looking, and the dude go look at Thomas. Yeah, she's a traitor. She was trying to do this and that. And then he looked, oh, I was looking like the hell. And then he said, yo, do you know where she was at an hour ago? He was like, no, but I know what I just saw. Yo, arrest this motherfucker, right? He's
Yeah,
like, yo,
all
arrest
this,
him, right?
like
Yo, for
all this
real.
don't even matter. My nigga, you had your whole dick out. That's not appropriate. And you definitely not in a relationship. So like let's
Yeah,
go ahead and pack you up ASAP. Like, come on, yo. Like that,
yeah.
it was just
He was like, "How
I'm
dare
I'm not
you
even
touch
I'm not even
the
sure
mother
if
of the king?" Like, yeah,
I'm not like I don't even know why we even got that. Like I like there was like so like it was just unnecessary. Like
I,
there could have been a much more a different way to show us that Jasper was on some BS without having him having to be like,
right.
just trying to
Trying to
take
take the
somebody.
cookie, yo,
You
for
know,
real.
that's yeah, man. Like I
Yeah,
was like, all right, so we already knew Jasper was trash. So it was like they had to
yeah,
remind us just how bad he was. So
yeah.
meantime, remember
Like
because she also
he goes
tells
to
the
steal the
people
cookie.
that
He
are
goes
like Schultz because when she was walking around,
the
she was telling
battlements.
yeah, people like with the air
The
missiles.
scorpion. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh huh.
telling her, look, yo, stand down, everybody stand down. She ends up getting up with Helena. Helena was like, what are we doing? She said, nigga, we getting out of here. He said, yo, don't you want to be out of here? Don't you want to be free of your husband? She was like, yeah, kind of just want to,
Did
kind of just want some
didn't
chickens.
you
You know what I'm
say that
saying?
you stop right there? Stop right there. She said that. Yo, I was cracking.
You know what I'm saying?
I was cracking
I
up.
just
You
kind of want to
talking
be
to
like,
her, and
be
she
like Roy
was
Jones
like,
Jr., you
"You
know what I'm saying?
said you was
Raise some
happier
chickens.
before you became." You know,
Do some
regard.
cockfighting.
She was just like he did raise chickens, fighting chickens and shit. She was just like, yeah. And she was just like, yeah. And she was like, hey, this is gonna come from you, the queen. She said, we need the queen to say something. She said, you are the queen. She was like, girl, you are the queen. Like, I made this. I don't want the beasts to be hurt. Sweet precious Helena, Lord, I don't see this ending well for Helena, but God bless that girl. She deserves so much better. And then she was
Trying her
like, "Yep."
best,
But then
man.
she gave the shout out to the boys. She was like, Rhaenyra's gonna come. She said she's not gonna do nothing. She was like, she's not gonna. She said, hey, because Alice was like, you want her to come here and this and that, and we all get burnt and stuff. And you saw the dude make a face like, and she was like, and then Helena in the background was like, her sons were always very, very nice to me, which they were, especially Jace or whatever.
Like,
Like,
mind
just
you,
a lot of this
both of them niggas is dead.
dead. They gone, son. They gone.
Yo, so
One
like
got
like so
one got ate by a dragon. The other one, he almost made it to Davy Jones' locker. Stuff his girl
yeah.
fished him out. You know what I'm
Yeah, he
saying?
got fished out, bro. So then we see like this is dope shot of all four of them flying
Oh
around, hovering over King's
yeah.
Landing, and she and then Damon and Rhaenyra drop right at the entry. They open up the doors for her.
Into the
Yeah, and into the
the
into
red
the
keep.
keep,
Yeah.
and Damon is walking, and she's like, "Hey, it's a good day, y'all. I'm coming to take what's rightfully mine."
I'm here to set things right. What's
And like,
also crazy is did you see like the friends of people looking up because you see Hugh's wife looking up.
yeah,
You see Off's ignorant
drinking
ass
buddies,
friends
yeah,
drinking buddies, and then you see Aemond's favorite hooker
yeah.
sitting there looking up too or whatever.
I was like, "Oh
And
man,
like
I
when the
appreciate that." You know what I'm saying? A little shout out.
yeah, and so when the dragons landed, you see like some of the guards were like, "Hey, f this, yo!" They dropped them daggone swords quick,
Like, I already
and
know it.
Damon
Already,
made the
like, I
next.
already know what time Damon's on.
Yeah, right. It's like, oh, Daemon coming, the Menace of Westeros, and then Daemon says, "All right, we gonna really find out what it's about when we go through these doors." And
Unsheaves
boy,
that sword so fast, and then he goes in
it's
and
amazing.
plays. He really played like Game of Thrones, the video game, because he is
Yes.
going through levels, slicing and dicing
Mm-hmm.
the remainder of the greens that are going to be loyal. I mean, and
Mm-hmm.
it's swift and clean justice. So they finally get to like the
Did you hear what he said
courtyard,
though?
like say what?
Yeah, you see what he said? I know what you about to say, the little courtyard. He sat there, he took those guys out and was like, anybody else gonna come for me in our house? Remember,
Yeah,
anybody else want some more of this?
he basically said, you want war with me?"
You want war with me? I'm the original Dundada.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
basically what he
shout out
did.
to
Yeah.
Ox, yo.
Yeah. You are right with me. So
Oh, you
he
want to run around with me?
so
Yeah,
no,
and I
of course
mean,
nobody really does. And
uh,
and
it's
no,
Damon, yo, for
I think the
real.
funniest part about this whole thing is like they're running through this castle, running through the keep,
Mm-hmm.
trying to find somebody who ain't there. Because they is yelling. She was like, "Bring me the usurper." I was like, "Bro, all this yelling you
Yeah.
doing, and Aegon is going to red is going to Rook's Rest
The
right
Brooks,
now."
right. What's I love the scene though when he opens the door to the throne room and you just see the chair sitting there, and she looks and he's like, "Go ahead," but he holds her hand before he, say kind of like lovingly holds her hand, like, "Yo, like just sit right here." And then what do you get? You get Ray. You get Allison sworn, who basically betrayed her, sitting there, daggone with some guards, and they sit there looking like, yeah. And then Damon was like, "Oh boy, I don't know if we're gonna make it out this one. There's a lot of guys here." And then Rhaenyra tried to prove a point. She pulls out a blade. And they start
They
laughing
started
at
laughing.
her. Now,
I was like, bro, y'all
they
funny,
said,
man.
I ain't never seen this before.
I was like, oh, I was like, okay, look at you with your
Like,
little cute little sword.
little cute little sword. Look at you, you adorable. It was like, it was like Eddie Murphy in Hollow Knights. He found that little gun Jasmine guy. He said, "Oh, look at the little cute little gun. Oh, look at this. And she sleeps with this under." He said, "Wait a minute." It was
Funny.
fuck it, killed her ass. But then what happens? The second, because he really ain't still sure, and then he looks at the guy that's the captain of the gold club and is like, "Yo," and he was like, "Yeah, man, it's me, yo. I done made it up to the captain of the gold clothes." And when he get to it, and so after that part, they daggone he says, "I remember who gave me my gold cloak 20 years ago. Aemond Targaryen, Daemon Targaryen, and we are loyal to the one true queen and heir to the Seven Kingdoms, Rhaenyra Targaryen." And you saw them dudes like, you saw the High
Oh,
Towers dudes like, you got it. They put
yeah.
them
Yeah, the
swords
one dude was
down
like,
quick.
clink, clink. They look back and it's like, oh, like so fast? Like already? They was like, and they all was like, hey, man,
Uh huh.
go and get that nigga and get the rest of them too. And this part here
Yeah.
was the craziest part because Rhaenyra finally
When
gets what she wants.
they went to go get Aegon and Orwell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then was like, hey, but hold up, yo. Larry said
Y'all, it
if
gets
you
some better
ever
stuff
came back to
besides.
the castle, he has something to give you.
Yeah, before we get to that, they go to Aegon's chamber, and Orwell is in there, and he goes into black flight, like, "Hey, I'm a maester, baby. I'm sworn to whoever's here. I ain't no knight." When Aegon took it, I was scared. I'm like, "Hey, all right, let's just go with this. This we gonna do. I ain't trying to get killed like my man Beesbury did for him damn question. You know what I'm saying? Question and stuff." And I kept saying to myself, I said, "Yo, this dude Orwell is a hell of a week, yo." Aemond dragged him out the bed about to decapitate him. He
Yeah.
walks an old dude trying to assault the queen. And they go Westeros himself. They go Daemon Targaryen. And Daemon was, and he got his knees and says, "Hey, if you gonna kill me, kill me. However, there is something that I can give you that can might appease your thirst or whatever." And he's like, "What?" So they go down to the black sails down in the dungeon, and they see the dude that just tried to assault. Yeah, how many more y'all down here? Also, you still see people that were rounded up who were loyal to Rhaenyra and who was loyal to Rhaenyra
Yeah.
still in the cells down there. It's been about a year or so,
Yeah,
Rashad.
yeah,
Them
yeah.
people
All
were
the
down
people
there
that were on the
stuck. You know
council
what I'm
and that was
saying?
because everybody was there in the building
On the
from like
council.
season one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, season one when they when they was like, "Hey, round up these people, lock these folk up and stuff." And so the one guy, like you said, Rasad, so he says, "Lord Damon," he says, "I have a surprise from you from Lord Laris. If you were to ever come back." And then we see Damon walk through, and Damon looks into that cell, and he's like, he says our favorite line, Rashad, for a movie. Huh? And he just started laughing. He was like, "I can't wait to kill." He was like in his mind, like, "I can't wait to kill this motherfucker right, this
I
motherfucker
know
right
that
here."
ain't who I think it
And
is.
who I think it is. That
Yeah,
ain't I
man.
know they think it is. And so
And
we
like
cut back to the throne, bro.
and I love how the episode
Mm-hmm.
ends because it does two things well. One,
Mm-hmm.
it shows us that Rhaenyra, even in all of this, still has somewhat of a heart. And two, it shows us that Daemon is the proverbial stick stir. What's that phrase go like
Oh yeah, pot is
yeah, he's the proverbial
the
pot
spoon that
stir.
stirs. pot.
Here we go. Yeah, 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 yeah. So he's there,
Yeah,
and
the
they
spoon
they
and
they they they
served
drag
pot.
Otto.
So what he said? What he said? The black sails have eaten well, baby. Look at what we got here. He drank, and you see everybody, like all the people that were locked up and stuff, looking. And Otto already know what he's walking into. He's like, as much
Oh.
as I suspected or whatever, because you even see Rhaenyra before that happens thanking those people for staying loyal to her
Yeah,
or
you
whatever.
know, the funny
And then
thing
they
too
boy,
is about this because
what's that?
remember, like at the around episode 5 or 6,
Mm-hmm.
Otto says, "Look, I'm leaving to go home,"
Yeah,
and then all the last season
Laris.
we just didn't see him,
The
and
last time we saw him was when that montage at the end, the epilogue at the end of the season, when we was like, he locked up. Where is he locked up? You know what I'm saying? Where
yeah,
is he
because he
locked
was
up
saying
at?
he
We
was
just
going
saw,
home, but he
yeah.
got locked. Little did we know he was
Laris
locked up
said,
in King's Landing at the bottom
yeah,
of the keep.
Larry said, Larry said, "Oh, you ain't going home," and it makes sense. He's the Lord of Whispers. You know what I'm saying? He is the Varys of this, iteration and this period of it. And like, look here, they
Was-
all watching.
Yeah,
It, you got to do what you got to do. He was like, hey, Aegon ain't here. Aegon is gone. This right here is just as good because he's the one. Him and Christian, the only person better, the only other person besides Aegon that would have been better for her to kill was Christian Cole because he's the one that
yeah,
actually
yeah. He's
coronated
yeah,
him or whatever.
yeah,
He put the
yeah.
crown on the head, but Otto was the mastermind of getting us to this point. And he said they're watching and they want to know what type of queen you gonna be, and you need to assert justice. And she was just like, I don't know if I can. And I love what he did here, so subtle. And if people really know what he did, because she has a regular sword, he pulls
Nah,
and gives her a dark
Dark
sister,
Sister.
which is
Yeah.
Valyrian steel. And
This-
what did they say? Valyrian steel. It cuts so cleanly.
What
That
was
way, it would just be a simple. It would be a simple and not no, not like no
yeah, because he
hacking it
was
or
like, "Hey
whatever.
man, let Daemon
However,
kill me, so I won't be hacked away," which was hilarious too, because she's like fighting and struggling in her mind
uh-huh,
internally to do it. So then she kind of like she almost like swings like blindly
yeah,
and hits that nigga in the back,
uh-huh,
and
in the back,
then
and he cut, and it's Valyrian steel, so
yeah,
it
it
cut.
cuts. So he
He
was like,
went oh, and then when his head got further, and then she finally,
"Ah!"
and then finally she said, "Sweet."
Chop that hair right off. And what's even crazier, so everybody, so she's kind of like dealing with
Mm-hmm.
that. There's somebody else that gets chopped off too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, Jasper. Damon, she held
yeah,
the
yeah,
sword out
yeah,
because it
yeah.
was like she was kind of like. And Damon said, "Yeah, here go Jasper. Yeah, tell my wife. Flip, you don't tell your wife nothing. It
We
just
don't, we
lops
don't,
his
we
head
don't,
off,
we don't care about your
and
request, Jasper. Yeah, so
yeah, and they
we got
look
a
at.
we got a 2-for-1 special on the capitations today
Mm-hmm.
in the you know what I'm saying in the throne room. And then when I think the episode's
I
about to be
love the
over,
bloody. I love the bloody, but I love the bloody steps towards because she
yeah,
was
yeah,
standing in
yeah,
the
yeah.
pool of blood of Otto,
She said
and when she
these is
started walking
she said these is
towards the
red
throne,
bottoms. These is
bottoms,
blood
these are
issues.
blood shoes. But the thing is, too, I'm gonna get to this when we start just wrapping this up or whatever. She gets there and she's just so uneasy. It's like it's right there, but she's so uneasy to
Yeah.
finally have a seat. And she sits at the throne. And then what happens? Allison, because we saw Allison and Helena trying to escape earlier, but people were looking like, ain't that? They got turned in and they came out. Allison came in there and looked, and then she was like, that's my daddy. Sees her dad here, and Rhaenyra's looking like, yeah, somebody had to go. I look at it with because some people was like, yo, why was he so hesitant? Heavy is the head that wears the crown,
Yeah,
And
and then you got to remember too, from her upbringing, she was never reared to be an
yeah,
authoritarian. like her dad just said, "Hey, because I ain't got no male heirs,
Right.
and I hate my little brother, I'm gonna have you
Mm-hmm.
be over the seven kingdoms." So when they did that, like she was older, she was already a
Yeah.
mother and everything. So it's like I can't. She ain't had no time to sit here and learn how
Right.
to be a killer.
To really
You know?
rule. Right.
Yeah,
And then and that's why I said my one word described this is Pyrrhic. Because
yeah.
it's like she won a victory. She's on the throne, but at what, you know what I'm saying?
What
But
cost?
at what price?
Yeah,
What
man.
I felt too about this with Otto dumbass. Oh, if your father were alive to see what has become. Nigga, this is your fault. Like, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah,
Rashad, what are we doing here? This is
and
your
that
all this
yeah, and that's all I was saying. Like
all
priorities,
this is your yeah,
because like some people got had the
yeah.
priorities wrong
Like, oh,
because
this is your fault. Even
yeah,
yeah. Alice, you're right. Allison realized her priorities was wrong because when she was walking with Helena, and Helena was like, "But you said father said that this and that." She was like, "Girl, I was wrong." You know what I'm saying? She had to admit that she was wrong. And so now we are at a point now in this show where Rhaenyra is King's Landing has been taken. She is now the queen for right now. She
yeah,
sits on the throne. Even before she left, Mysaria did give her the crown, which was her father's crown, because Aegon was wearing the conqueror's crown. But she's wearing
absolutely.
her father. She's going to be wearing her father's crown, and now she's going to have to deal with the day-to-day actions of actually administrating and being in charge of a realm, because a lot of people they want the crown. They want to fight to get the crown. But once they sit on the throne and they have the crown, they like, this sucks. Robert Baratheon was a
Yeah,
perfect case
he
point for that.
hated being king.
What he tell Ned in what the third what the second episode of the thing, when they stopped, when they caravan and stopped to the side and going back, and he was like, and it was off in the field like, hey man, we gotta get a good thing just to grab our horses, grab our swords, and just go on the countryside and just roam around. And he was like, man, I never would have thought of getting on this throne. I would have hated it, because Robert Baratheon wasn't the slob that we saw. Yeah, he was a big buff, Paul's dude and everything. And then when he got to the throne, he basically ate and whored himself almost to death. Ate, whored, and drank himself to death. And now it's up to Rhaenyra not to let that happen. But she's got to deal with a she's dealing with a fractured she's dealing with a fractured realm, because there are still people that are still loyal. You got two armies out there, for a fact, that are against you. The High Towers making their way, along with someone else that is your brother who has a claimant to the throne, which is Daemon. They get the blue dragon that we saw with the High Towers. Your other brother, Aegon, he's still out there, even though he's burnt to a crisp. He's still out there somewhere. And then you got Christian Cole with his bunch, and you got Aemond with with the biggest WMD out there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Out there as well. So you gotta do some administrating here and try to set the record straight. Also, what's gonna happen? What you gonna do with Allison and Helena? I know she's always had a soft spot for Helena. She
And
said that.
that's the real question I was going to say because
Right. Right.
because if we do like I think we're going to do, we're going to start right there. And we're going to have to see her in real time if they try to push her to kill them too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if she
Yeah.
has to kill her friend and her friend's daughter, whom helped her.
Oh, don't forget the granddaughter, because Jahara is
Oh,
still there
forgot
too.
about her
Helena's
too.
Helena's
Yeah.
daughter,
Yeah.
is
So
there
now we're
too.
gonna have
Yeah.
to pull a cheese and bread and kill some more kids. So yeah,
Yeah.
man, it's yeah.
So how many
It's
how many claimants to the throne is that out there now? So let's Jahara, which was Aegon's Jahara. Okay, let's start. Aegon was still out there.
Aegon, Daeron,
His daughter,
daughter.
Okay, Aegon, Daemon,
Helena,
and Aemond. Aemond,
same
the
with Helena.
daughter.
Yeah,
Helena, Helena, and yeah, you because she's the queen dowager. She was married
yeah,
to Viserys. You got five and a half people for the most part that have a claim to the throne.
yeah,
What you
bro.
gonna do?
You gotta kill everybody.
Yeah,
And and and
what you gonna
and
do?
and this is like the reason why that's Targaryens by the time we get to you know what I'm saying, Night of the Seven Kingdoms is like just a
Yeah.
shell of what they was because they just
Mm-hmm.
murdered themselves out. Like this story is never is gonna end well. They're gonna have like there's gonna be one random faction, and then they're gonna
Yeah.
just haphazardly be leading up until the
Yeah.
Robert's Rebellion.
And you know what though? That's what I love the most about this. I'm gonna tell you, this is what I love the most about this series and the Night of the Seven Kingdoms because it's showing you so because dynasty, you just they were a dynasty, they were this, they were that, and they made you seem like it went bad when the Mad King got on the throne. Like he was the reason. It made you feel like he was the reason that everything went to hell. However, you go back to House of the Dragon,
It,
it's this civil
yeah,
war that
it's been
happened,
bad.
and in the and then the and in the opening of the pilot episode when Rhaenyra is narrating the great what they call it, Rashad, the great council to decide who
Yeah,
was going to be the heir because all of it says they said because the old king knew the only thing that could bring down the house of the dragon was itself. And sure enough, you see it, and it's like Targaryens at their height, and you start to see the downfall, and by the time you get the Duncan egg, they're holding on to a thread because it's like, why are we still following these people? They don't have the
yeah, they
thing.
got no
They don't
power.
have the thing that are we. It's like Stockholm syndrome. We're just doing this because they're there, but they don't have the thing that made them the thing, which were the dragons or
Yeah,
whatever. And
basically.
we're just going to start seeing the decline of that, man. But yeah, man, this was another. It's been 2 weeks of great episodes, man. two
Yeah,
weeks of great episodes. I mean, an awesome pilot, and then you got this episode, which was, I think, a great not world building but centralized episode about Rhaenyra and Daemon, just dealing with them, and then also on top of that, Allison, they're trying to put their plan into play, and that's only episode 2, and ain't no telling what's going on these next couple of episodes. I read somewhere, Rashad, I don't know how true this is. We'll have to wait to see. They say episode 3 and 4 is going to be some of the best Game of Thrones we've ever seen, possibly.
I heard the same thing
I
too.
said that's
So
a
we'll
very, very, very
we'll
that's
definitely have to
that's a
see.
very, very steep mountain to climb on that. So,
Very
but
strong
we got to
words.
see. So next week, episode 3. Yeah, we got episode 3, and that's another good storytelling, good world building, and to what could possibly happen by the end of the season.
Bro, awesome times, man, on the Western Bros. Make sure you go back to the channel
Yeah.
though. We just reviewed Supergirl 2026. Look at our review for that. Very mixed feelings
Mm-hmm.
on Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't, just
Mm-hmm.
subscribe to the thing. We have a couple things coming up. Man, tell me we'll be back this week. First two episodes of X-Men 97 season 2 drop on July 1st. So we definitely will see you later on this week with a review of the first two episodes of
Mm-hmm.
that. I'm not sure if Tony's gonna go watch Minions and Monsters, but that drops this week as
Mm-hmm.
well. I'm just joking. Nobody's watching that. What else? Yeah, and then of course the 17th
Did
we
you ever go see
have
Toy Story?
I did. It was very okay.
I haven't seen. I'm thinking about it.
It's you should
Okay.
don't waste your money. So
It
yeah,
ain't. I'll put it like this. Yeah, it ain't the first 3.
Absolutely
It
not.
ain't the first
It,
three
it
books though.
ain't, it ain't, it ain't, it ain't, it ain't lots of love. You know what I'm saying? That was the Soul Story 3 was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The um the Odyssey on the 17th, Spider-Man, Brand New Day on the 31st. And it's just
Mm-hmm.
continuing this summer to go
Also,
along.
Cape Crusader,
Cape
the
Crusader
28th,
coming as
I think.
well.
I'm not.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah, can't
yeah.
wait, bro. So much stuff. But that's all we got for this one,
Very
man.
sad.
We appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.